டிவி நேயர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். இந்த இனிய நாள்ல உங்க எல்லாரும் சந்திக்கல ரொம்பவே சந்தோஷம். நம்ம ஸ்டார்ஸ் எல்லாம் எப்ப ஹாலிவுட்ல நடிப்பாங்க எப்ப ஹாலிவுட்ல நடிப்பாங்கன்ற கேட்ட காலம் போய் ஹாலிவுட்ல பிரிட்டன்ல வளர்ந்தவங்க இன்னைக்கு கோலிவுட்ல இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் ஆயிருக்காங்க. யாரை பத்திடா இவன் பேசுறான்னு யோசிக்கிறீங்களா? நம்ம ஏமி ஜாக்சன் மெட்ராசப்பட்டினம் படத்துல இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் ஆனவங்க தான் இன்னைக்கு நம்ம கூட கெஸ்டா வந்திருக்காங்க. So, hello, how are you?
Hello, vanakkam. I'm great. How are you?
Oh, vanakkam. Super. So, சொல்லுங்க ஏமி, ஆக்சுவலா வந்து இன்னைக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும் ஏமின்றவங்க வந்து ஒரு ஸ்டார் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. இதெல்லாம் எப்படி ஆரம்பிச்சது? Where it all started?
Well, basically, it was all a bit of a whirlwind, and it started back in 2009 when I won the Miss Teen World title. And it was crazy. I remember I was sitting there with my dad and my mum in our house, and I got a phone call. And it was from a director in India. And this director was VJ. And I got a phone call. We want you to come down to London for a movie. And I said, okay. I said, you do know I've never acted before. And VJ said, no, that's fine. He just said, I want to meet you. And so 1 week later, went down to London, met with VJ. And within another week, I was in Chennai. And I was shooting for my first movie.
So இதெல்லாம் அப்படியே டக்குன்னு நடந்துச்சு அந்த நீங்க அந்த டைட்டில் வின்னர்ல இருந்து. பட் ஆனா அந்த டைட்டில் வின்னருக்காக நீங்க எப்ப அதெல்லாம் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சீங்க? Because it's a huge thing, right? Winning a title.
It was, and it was a big deal for me. When I was 16, I won the title, and I was over in the USA. And things were moving very quickly. I was modeling. I was all over Europe. And I was promoting causes such as PETA, which is an animal sanctuary, the RSPCA, which is Rescue Centre for Animals, and also doing a lot for kids as well. So I was all over the country in America doing all these things. But when the offer for Madrasapatnam came along, it was like a dream come true. Like that's every girl's dream, to want to become an actress, so a movie star. So that was something that excited me.
And that too, ungaloda first padame it was the character which you can actually adopt, right?
Well, yes, it was hard though, because me and you in this day and age were more modern. We're you know, not like the 1940s boys and girls. They were very prim and proper, very conservative. But I was playing a British girl, so that did relate to me somehow.
Vijay avaroda work panna experience eppadi irundhuchu?
Well, working with VJ and working on a movie was completely a new experience. It was fantastic. As I say, I'd been to different places, mainly Europe, but I'd never travelled to India, so it was my very first time. I always wanted to come to India when I was 21, 22, so the age I am now, to travel and to see the country. So to get the chance to work here and also see Chennai, Madurai, Delhi, Agra, all these places, Mumbai, all over, is fantastic. And working with VJ really opened my eyes. He's very passionate about what he does. He really helped me along the way. Obviously, it was my first acting job, acting movie. So it was very new, and it was very nerve-wracking at first, but because I was thrown into the deep end, I now feel like I've got a family here in Chennai. The whole set became my family, so it was lovely.
So ஆர்யா பத்தி சொல்லுங்க. ஆர்யா வந்து இங்க ஒரு பெரிய ஸ்டார். அவரு இங்க அதாவது பல பொண்ணுங்க ஆர்யா கூட ஒரு போட்டோ எடுக்க முடியுமான்னு நினைக்கிற ஒரு சிட்டி இந்த ஏரியால. ஆர்யா அந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு ஃபேமஸ் ஆர்டிஸ்ட். சோ அவர் கூட ஒர்க் பண்ணது எப்படி இருந்துச்சு?
Working with Arya was fantastic. He was such a established actor, and obviously now, actually I went the other day to see Rajurani, and it was excellent. I loved it. He's on an all new level now. But working with him was a brilliant experience, but it never made me feel nervous. I was, you know, even if I took a few takes to get the right shot, because obviously it was my first time, he was very supportive and he helped me along the way. And when I had my Tamil lines, I would be so nervous. Now it's fine. They give me a lines and I roll them off. But my first film, Madrasapatnam, Arya would help me a lot, along with VJ, and I had a great team. I think that helped.
அந்த அவுட்புட் வந்து அந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு நல்லா இருந்துச்சு. மദ്രാസപട്ടണം வந்து அந்த பாக்கும்போது அந்த 1940s or whatever they showed, it was really beautiful and very apt. இந்த படத்துல ரொம்ப கஷ்டமான சீன் அப்படினு சொன்னா எது சொல்லுவீங்க? எதுக்கு ரொம்ப டேக் வாங்குனீங்க?
The hardest part of the filming was definitely the second half of the movie, because that was the climax scene. There was lots of emotions, there was lots of tension, lots of, you know, drama. So to get that on the right note without overacting and you know, actually drawing the audience in and getting the audience, you know, to sit on the edge of their seat, that was probably tough. And plus there was lots of running and lots of energetic shots, so that was probably the toughest.
So என்னதான் நீங்க ஹிந்தில போய் நடிச்சாலும் நம்பாளுங்க உங்களை திருப்பி கூட்டு வந்து தாண்டவம் அப்படின்ற படத்துல விஜய் அவரோட இரண்டாவது படம். So how it happened?
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was great to work with Vijay for the second time, and I obviously worked with Vikram for the very first time. I remember going to one of Vikram's audio launches, and I was really nervous to meet him. And when I met him, I was like, "Hi, sir," and he was like, "Please call me Kenny." I was like, "Okay, hi, Kenny." And he is a brilliant co-star. He's so friendly. He's very helpful. I obviously worked with Anushka also. I've met Anushka before through Vijay again, and it's great to work with them on this movie because they're such well-established actors again.
Yeah.
So it was a great part for me to play. Again, not too close from home. I played the role of Sarah, who was a beauty queen, so I could relate to that also.
And it was also London lay at the shooting where
Exactly. I didn't have to. I think we had 2 days of patchwork, which was in a studio in Chennai, and that's all I got to shoot in India. So I was close to home. We shot May, June in London. It was lovely, very warm, and we got a really good shoot out of it.
Okay, actually வந்து நீங்க விக்ரம் சாரோட work பண்ணத experience specific அவரே தான் கத்து கொடுத்தாரா because he is a great actor.
He's a fabulous actor.
Did you learn anything from him?
I learnt a lot from him. You know, there was one thing I watched on Vikram over the past, how many years he's been in the industry, how many different looks he's got in each movie. Every movie, he's a completely different person, which I love, and that inspires me to pick roles which push boundaries and roles which, really get the best out of me in a different way. So on my next movie, I want to be an action hero, thanks to Vikram's inspiration. But I learned a lot from Kenny. He was brilliant on set. He helps me also with my Tamil lines. And now I can say I'm quite good with them. And obviously, acting with him, it bounces off with me. So when we're doing a scene together, we get the best out of it, which is great.
That's true. So இப்போ வந்து நீங்க நிறைய கேரக்டர்ஸ்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கீங்க. பெப்பியா ரொம்ப சட்டிலா ஒரு பிரிட்டிஷ் விமன் கேரக்டர் அந்த மாதிரிலாம் பண்ணிட்டீங்க. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கேரக்டர் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு எனக்கு ஒரு ஆசை இருக்கு அப்படின்னா அது என்ன கேரக்டர்?
What I'd like to play?
Yeah,
well, there's lots of things. In this movie, Shankar's movie, I've got so many different looks, it's unreal. So that's inspired me to pick for my next upcoming movies different types of looks, different characters. I'd really like to play a schoolgirl. I'd like to go back to school before I get too old. So all directors out there, if you want me to play a schoolgirl, I will.
எல்லாம் கேட்டிருப்பீங்க ஸ்கூல் பேக் மாட்டறதுக்கு அவங்க ரெடியா இருக்காங்களா?
Flats, school bag, the pleated skirt. I'd really like to play a schoolgirl and go back to my school days because they were the best. I'd also like to play an action heroine. So something with Lara Croft style, Tomb Raider.
And I படத்துக்கு Shankar sir உங்களை செலக்ட் பண்ணி ஆடிஷன் ஏதாவது வச்சாரா?
Well, for Shankar it was Vijay actually called me first again. I was in Bombay at the time and Vijay called me. He said, "Amy, you need to come to Chennai tonight." I said, okay Vijay. I said, okay, why? And he said, because you need to meet director Shankar.
Oh, okay.
I went, what? And he said, Shankar sir wants to meet you. I said, oh my God. I said, okay. And so I packed everything, and within the hour I was down to Chennai. I met with Shankar sir and I was very nervous and I didn't know what to expect. And we went to his office and Shankar is so humble. I've heard so much about him. He's one of the best directors in the country.
Yeah, that's true.
But when I walked into the office, he was very humble. He was very warm and welcoming. So we sat down, and that's when he talked about me, about my career, and my dedication towards what I wanted to do. And I said, sir, I'm very dedicated. This is my passion now. I really want to work hard in the film industry in India. And he said, okay. And then he said, okay, we'll have another meeting. So a couple of days later, I was back in Chennai, and then I met with PC Sriram sir.
Okay.
And Shankar obviously also. And we did a sort of photo shoot because in this movie, I have a completely new look, and this is from PC Sriram's vision. So obviously he's a master. Every shot in this movie is like a painting. It's perfect. And we did a small photo shoot.
Okay.
And then the next day, they said, okay, well, we want you to sign the contract for the movie. And I was like, woo! So I was really excited, and it was great. And I'm still in shock. I can't believe I'm actually, working with Shankar and PC Sriram, Vikram also. So there's a lot of really
ஒரு கிரியேட்டிவான ஒரு காம்போ பேக் அப்படி சொல்லலாம்.
Oh my god, it's like a super creative combo. It's brilliant.
இந்த படத்துல வந்து விக்ரம் சார் வந்து ஒரு டிஃபரண்டான கேரக்டர் பண்ணிருக்காருல்ல. சோ அது ஈக்குவலா உங்க கேரக்டர் எப்படி வந்திருக்கு?
Well, Vikram again, as always, he's been a very different character, very different look. And my character has really pushed my boundaries. I can't delve too much into it because I don't want to spoil the movie for you. But my character is something that's very new again.
Okay.
And I'll be playing an Indian girl, which is great, like Ek Divanata.
Okay.
Fully Indian.
So you're a North Indian or South Indian in this movie?
I'm not telling you.
Come on, you can tell that.
I can't.
உஷாரா இருக்காங்களாமா, நம்ம வெயிட் பண்ணி படத்திலே பாத்துக்கலாம். சொல்லுங்க.
So my character, it's very different, as I say, and it was a challenge because obviously I'm playing something new, something fresh, something that probably hasn't happened in the Tamil industry for movies, so it's something completely new for everybody, not just me.
இதெல்லாம் ஒரு சைடு இருந்தாலும் உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்ச விஷயங்கள் அப்படினு இப்ப ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் வந்து இப்ப எனக்குனா பிரியாணி ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். So what is your favorite food?
Biryani, you've just said it.
Yeah.
My favorite Indian dish is biryani. Hyderabad style is the best, I must admit. I like a good biryani in Hyderabad. Vegetable because I'm vegetarian. But there's lots. I went to a really nice restaurant here in Chennai the other day called Eden.
Okay.
Oh my god, they have the best Indian food. So Indian food is a go-go, but nothing too spicy. Little less spice for me.
So என்னையா ஷூட் கேன்சல் ஆகி வீட்ல இருக்கும்போது சரி நம்மளும் சமைப்பேன் அப்படின ஏதாவது ட்ரை பண்றீங்களா cooking?
Well, I like cooking. No, I do. I'm Indian food. I haven't tried. I'd need some help probably. We just went to Kerala, me and my dad on a holiday, and we actually took a cooking class, and I enjoyed that type of food because it was very coconutty and very, creamy. But I think if I tried it on my own, I don't think I'd do a very good job. I don't think you'd enjoy my cooking.
கண்டிப்பா நீங்க ஃபியூச்சர்ல ஒரு பெரிய குக்கர் ஆவீங்கன்ற நான் வாழ்த்துறேன். அது பிரச்சனை இல்ல. அது இல்லாம வந்து இன்னொரு முக்கியமான கேள்வி இன்னைக்கு வந்து எல்லாரும் தமிழ மக்களே வந்து ஒரு கேள்வி கேக்குறாங்க. பல இளைஞர்களுக்கு உதவியா இருக்கும்னே சொல்லலாம் வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். உங்களை ஒருத்தர் இம்ப்ரெஸ் பண்ணனும்னா அவருக்கு இந்த கேரக்டர் இருக்கணும்னு சொன்னா எந்த கேரக்டர் சொல்லுவீங்க?
Well, it doesn't take much to impress me. I think the first thing would be to be able to make me laugh and smile. That's the most important. And be able to hold a conversation and enjoy it and not be like, oh my god, what time can I leave? And like checking your watch. So good conversation and jokes and somebody who can make me smile.
இப்போ வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா நீங்க வந்து ஆர்டிஸ்டா இருக்கீங்க. சோ உங்க கிராஸ்பிங் பவர் வந்து எந்த அளவு இருக்கு அப்படின்றத நான் இப்ப செக் பண்ண போறோம். ஓகே. இப்போ நான் ஒன்னு சொல்லுவேன். அதை நீங்க திருப்பி சொல்லணும்.
Well, my grasping power is good with lines now. They give me it and within 10 minutes I'm perfect with my lines. Conversing I can do. And obviously picked up lots of words along the way, Sabdingla, Nalarkinla, and obviously I still remember my Tamil dialogue, Marandathiya. So I'm good. But obviously I'm learning Telugu, Tamil, Hindi. So I'm trying to get the whole three in one.
சரி நான் இப்ப சொல்றேன். நீ
ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்க.
இல்ல நீங்க இல்லங்க. நான் ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கேன்.
Okay, tell me.
நான் சந்தோஷமா இருக்கேன்.
நீ is you.
நீ ரொம்ப அழகா இருக்க. சொல்லுங்க. சொல்லுங்க மாட்டீங்களாங்க?
You want me to say it? நீ ரொம்ப
அழகா இருக்க.
நீ ரொம்ப அழகா
அழகு
இருக்க. சொல்லுங்க. Right. You want me to say it? நீ ரொம்ப அழகா இருக்க.
சோ இவ்ளோ நேரம் நான் கேட்ட கேள்விலாம் புரிஞ்சாலும் புரியலனாலும் சிரிச்சிட்டே சூப்பரா பதில் சொன்னீங்க. ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் and wish you all success for your future. சோ என்ன நேயர்களே இவ்ளோ நேரம் இவங்க கேஷுவலா ஜாலியா அவங்கள பத்தி நிறைய விஷயங்கள் சொன்னாங்க. அதெல்லாம் பார்த்து என்ஜாய் பண்ணிருப்பீங்க. நல்லா தெரியும். and இதே போல வேற ஒரு நல்ல ஷோல உங்க எல்லாரும் திரும்பி சந்திக்கிறேன். அதுவரை உங்களிடமிருந்து விடைபெறுவது உங்கள் ரக்ஷன்.